How you doing? It's Q&A day. This is FBTV. Come on in. Hey, how's it going? I'm playing around with this GoPro type camera. This is the SJ Cam, SJ4000. It's a pretty good camera. I use it for some other things that I do occasionally. Like when I go fishing and, well, whenever I'm recording, fish don't seem interested. But when I'm not recording, I seem to do a lot better. But anyway, I get all this stuff turned off. Come on. There we go. But, if you've been looking at GoPros, you're looking at hundreds of dollars, that little thing, just as good. Now, it's not 4K, obviously, but you get 1080. That's what we record in here, 1080. It's high def. But it doesn't cost hundreds. It's less than $100. If you're wanting to get into doing videos, check it out. All right, it's Q&A day here at FBTV. My name is Mike. I'm your host. I'm the lead consultant for Taltoa, and man, have we been busy. Been doing a lot of things. Matter of fact, our clients are benefiting right now to no end. With our training that we do, at Taltoa anyway, we do live training with our clients. At the end of each session, well, they get homework. They can schedule their next session, and when they've completed their training in the past, what we've done is hook them up with the review area, the client area, where they can go back and review everything we've gone over in training. Now, in the past, that came at the end, but what we've done is went back, and man, did we spend a lot of time recording, because we recorded each individual session, and we've made it its own review area. So instead of our clients now having to wait till the end to have access to all that material that they've covered previously, now whenever they finish a session, they're going to have immediate access to that review material, and we're really excited about it. Clients are too. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. While we're on the subject of training, be looking for a huge announcement coming soon. Now, understand when I say soon, it might be 30, 60, 90 days, but it's coming. And it is going to be ideal for those of you that are looking for a really, really, really good self-study type training. In other words, you're not looking for the, where, hey, I've got a schedule, I got to log in and all that stuff. You're just looking for something on demand. We'll be talking about that more. And I'll be honest with you, it's going to be a lot cheaper than some of these video pre-recorded webinars that people are selling to learn how to broker freight. It's going to be a lot better than that. It's going to be on demand. You're not going to have to wait. As soon as you register, you're going to have access to it. And it's going to be a lot less money as well. So keep that in mind. Got questions, comments, or messages, you can go to Freight Broker TV, fill out our contact form. You can email them to me as well. Matter of fact, we're going to be talking about, we got an email here just the other day, going to be talking about during Q&A here in a minute. But FBTV at freightbrokertv.com, that is our email address. We got the forms on the website, and you can call us on our studio line, 479-668-0213. We've got a lot of stuff on our store, FBTV stuff, coffee mugs, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, all kinds of neat things. Something else, too. FBTV Insiders. And you can register for FBTV Insider for free. It's part of FBTV. But the insider content that is, the content in FBTV Insider that you register for that's free, it's got all our public content on our webcast, our webcast podcast, our live broadcast, the broadcast we do on YouTube, things of that nature, our podcast, radio shows, all that. You have access to that. Plus, you have access to our 24/7 FBTV broadcast. It's on there and larger screen, and anyway, you have access to it there. Check it out. Check it out. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Well, the world is still crazy. I'll be honest with you, I try not to watch the news anymore. I try not to watch the news. Here in Arkansas, or my city anyway, Fort Smith, we've got to wear our face mask now anytime we're in public. Nobody here is a real big fan of that, but I guess you got to do what you got to do, right? And I noticed today on the news that Arkansas had a record number of deaths due to COVID-19 here in the last 24 hours. And that's kind of getting me, because it seems like everybody's dying of COVID-19, but nobody's dying from heart disease anymore. Nobody's dying from lung cancer. Nobody's dying from other things. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm sure we get 5-10 years down the road, there is some stuff that's going to come out, and those of us still around, when all that information starts coming out, boy, are we not going to be happy. But neither here nor there. All right, Warren down in Florida, he sent us a question, I guess. He says he's interested in learning a new profession. He's retired, lots of time. He says very compatible when it comes to media. Father in broadcasting 40 years, not quite sure what that means. But anyway, he's asking us to provide info. God bless, Warren. Not going to use your last name, Warren, but you're in Florida. Well, Warren, I tell you, best thing you can do, and this is my true advice, if you already know, this is something I want to do, I'm ready to take that next step, go to Taltoa, TALTOA.com, and check out the different packages available from Taltoa. Matter of fact, I got a question here that we're going to be talking more about that here in a minute. But if you're not sure this is something you want to do, I recommend highly going to FBTV or Freight Broker TV and checking out the videos there. I also recommend getting a free subscription to FBTV Insider. You can find that at FBTVinsider.com, or you can find a link to it from Freight Broker TV. It will get you going, man. It will get you going and give you a lot of details. And when you are sure you want to take that step, then check out Taltoa. Okay, I hope that helped you out. Father in broadcasting 40 years. Warren, if you watch this, if you see this, and I hope you do, I'm pretty sure you will. What do you mean by that? Not sure what that means. Father in broadcasting 40 years. I'm just curious now. Okay, here's another question. When using directories to find potential customers, I'm a little concerned about the companies being legitimate. Let me read that again. Okay, when I'm using directories to find potential customers, I'm a little concerned about the companies being legitimate. Okay. First of all, I don't understand why, but I guess everybody's a little worried about everything anymore. Anyway, so I search to find their website. So I do a search to find their website and sort of check them out. Is there a better way to check the legitimacy of a company? Okay, when in training, when I'm doing a training session with a client, we're talking about the directories, we're talking about the different tools you have available to you to be able to find potential customers you can contact, creating the prospect list, as I think you pointed out what you called it. No, you just called it potential customers, but it's the prospect list. That's where you're compiling the list of potential customers you want to contact in hopes of them using you as one of their brokers. One of the main things that I really hit on, and I hit on it hard and heavy, is when you're compiling your prospect list, all you're doing is just gathering company names and phone numbers. And I also recommend, getting the city and state that you're calling. So when you do make that call, you have an idea where you called and who you talked to. Okay. The thing I stress is don't waste time. Get the name and number. Don't worry about all that little stuff, the rest of the stuff. Just get the name and number. it's going to be a 10-second phone call. 10-second phone call, and you're going to know. Well, you're going to guess. You're going to get a yes, a no, or a request for more information. Why you are so worried about a company and a directory being legit, I don't get it, because actually you're calling them. You know, they're not baiting you by putting their information in a directory so you'll call them. I mean, they're not sitting back going, hey, let's put our name in that directory so we can sit back and wait for people to call us so we can scam them. It just don't make sense. Anyway, don't worry about that. You're overthinking this. 5-second phone call. You call the company, you'll know immediately if they're legit or not, and if they use brokers. That's my recommendation. Okay, we got an audio call. We have an audio call. They on the phone? Let's go to the audio call.
I just had a couple of questions. Like I said, when I initially spoke to you, I signed up with transportation as a freight agent. I went through all of the training, and I feel comfortable moving forward now. It's kind of lost there in the beginning. The only thing that really confuses me, because transportation is connected, or should I say brothers have two different businesses. One has the broker and the other one does onions. They haul onions and potatoes.
Right.
I guess the only thing I was kind of scared, or I needed a little help with, and you spoke about it, is like today I got an email because they gave me some accounts, and it's for some potatoes, $6 a bag from Idaho to Philadelphia.
Okay.
A lady had called me, and she actually had a truck, and I had posted the load on Internet Truck Stop. I was kind of like backwards or confused, because in your training you said with those you may mess your money up when you give a rate, so it'll be better to say like he's paying $6 a bag minus 10% for the broker fee. Is that correct?
Okay, he's paying $6 a bag. Okay, and how much does the bag weigh?
They're 100 pounds.
Okay. So basically, depending on the truck, you can get 450 bags on a truck. Okay. That's just,
Right.
What you're dealing with here is a bulk rate load. Are you familiar with that term, bulk rate? Okay. So, yeah, what you'd be doing is offering the truck $6 per bag minus 10%. Okay. So, in other words, if the truck was able to load 45,000 pounds, that would be 450 bags. See what I'm saying?
And I was coming up with, and that's, I guess I get confused, because I'm thinking it's 100 count. It's, so with 40,000 pounds divided by 100 is 480 bags, but you're saying 450.
Well, I'm just, it depends on how much the truck puts on it, how many bags they put on their truck.
Okay.
You see? So I'm just using 45,000 pounds as an example. Yeah. Okay. Some trucks can carry 48,000, some can carry 49. It's just up to the driver and how much weight that truck can carry. And I was just using the 450 bags as an example. So if you're using 480, that's fine. Okay.
Okay. Should I ask the truck driver how much weight can
they carry? Well, you can, but they understand that their rate of pay is going to be determined by how much weight they put on that truck.
Okay.
So what the truck's going to do before he gets there, or when he gets there, the truck will weigh. They'll get an empty weight. They'll load the truck. And then he'll weigh again and get a loaded weight. And they'll subtract the empty weight from the loaded weight to determine how much weight he actually put on the truck. Now, you're paying per bag, or that's what this company's doing, paying per bag. But they already know that the bags weigh 100 pounds. Okay, but more than likely they're still weighing empty and getting a loaded weight. You follow? Okay. Now, So in a situation, if you're using 480, if the truck loads 480 bags, and you're paying $6 a bag, the truck would be getting $2,880, or that's what the load would pay. And if you're taking 10% off the top, that means you're going to be making $288. Mm-hmm. Your net will be. You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
That kind of explain it to you, or what was your...
I didn't know. No, I didn't know that when they get there, they get weighed empty, and then when they load them, they weigh them again. So that kind of helps out. Yeah,
usually that's the way they work it. You know, they get an empty weight, and then after they get loaded, they'll get a loaded weight to determine exactly how much weight was put on the truck.
Okay.
But again, if they're paying per bag, the weight's not going to matter because the bag count is going to matter. You see what I'm saying? So that, you know, I'm not sure about the shipper if they're making them weigh empty, which most bulk shippers will do. But in this circumstance, you're paying by the bag, so they'll just count the bags. Now, the driver will need to be back there to count the bags too, probably, as they go on the truck. So what you're going to be telling the truck when they call you is paying $6 per bag minus 10%. Okay, so they know going in that they're going to get $6 per bag minus 10%. Okay, and it just determines on how many bags of potatoes they put on the truck.
Okay. Now, the next question, like the shipper's telling me $6 per bag, would I discount that to like $5.75 per bag going in?
No, the best thing. No, in a bulk rate load, the best thing to do is offer them this, you know, $6 per bag minus 10%, if that's what you're going to be charging. Now, I will let you know that most bulk rate loads, the broker net is around 7 or 8%. But if they told you to do 10%, that's what you do.
All right. They didn't give me a rate to do, so the average is between 7 and 10, correct?
Well, usually it's 7 or 8% on a bulk rate load. Okay. The broker net, right.
Okay. All right, that was one.
Stopping right there real quick. No, just so you understand, when you're dealing with a bulk rate load, don't fool around with weight. Don't guess that the truck can load 480 bags and give them a gross rate. You see, you need to tell them rate per bag minus your percentage so they know going in, and that's how you need to prepare your load confirmation as well. Okay, that was a good call. If you've been curious about bulk rates, now you know. Bulk rate. I was never a big fan of bulk rate loads, mainly because my hands get too tied. You know, it's hard to make money with a bulk rate load. But anyway, with that said, there are brokers out there, and that's how they make their entire living, and a good living it will be. That's what they focus on. Just like there are brokers out there that focus on lumber, what you would consider usually to be cheap freight, but you deal in quantity. Okay, last question. I just completed my freight broker training, and I'm trying to get a contract as an agent with a brokerage. The problem is I keep running into brokers that want agents that have experience and have a book of business. Any suggestions? Yeah, but it's a little late in the game. You should have called Tatoa first because we guarantee placement. The reason we do that is simply for what you just stated here. You can go through training. My wife, she did this several years ago. She got laid off from the company she worked for. And she went to school. She went back to school to become a medical phlebotomist. Went through school, spent all that money. Interned, I guess is what you call it, for a couple of months or whatever. And then when she finally completed everything, could not get a job to save her life. All that money. At least it was something to do for 2 or 3 months. This is the a lot of problems with a lot of these freight broker training things. If you got a pretty good idea, you can get a contract. That's one thing. But if you're trying to get a contract just coming out of school, you're going to find it difficult to get a contract with the company because you have no experience, no book of business. That's what the mentorship program does at Taltoa. When you complete your training, you're going to be placed into the mentorship program where you're going to be able to work under a licensed freight broker. Now, keep in mind, Taltoa isn't the licensed freight broker. We have companies that we consult all over the country, and those brokers participate or choose to, or request to participate because they have to meet our requirements. Our requirements are simply that the broker be in business at least a year and they have a good credit rating, because the last thing you want to do if you're an agent is work for a company that hasn't been in business a year and don't have a decent credit rating. The reason is you're going to find it really hard to get a truck to move your load. So that's why the requirements. Now, that has no bearing on your question, but my suggestions, you can go to truckstop.com, Internet Truckstop, as it used to be called, truckstop.com. Look in their resources. In their resources, you're going to find classified ads. Open that up and find the help wanted brokerage sales agents. Going to be a list of companies in there. Now, I always recommend prepare an email. Get an email prepared. Don't call them. Send them an email. Most of those classified ads are going to have an email address. Write an email. Get an email and write them an email. Hey, I saw your ad. Identify yourself. Any experience you might have. Let's not necessarily put in that, hey, I just finished freight broker training school, but any relevant experience that you've had in the past. Maybe you were a salesman or, customer service. Put that in that email. You don't want the email to be, 10 miles long. It's just up 2 or 3 paragraphs. That's it. Easy, quick to read. Hey, I'm interested in your broker agent program. If you'd like to talk further with me, call me. Okay. And sit back and wait. Have an answering machine set up on your phone, or voicemail answering machine. Boy, that's 1980s, isn't it? Have a voicemail set up on your phone. When the call comes in from a number you don't recognize, let it go to voicemail. You don't want to be caught off guard. Let it go to voicemail. They're going to say, hey, this is Jim from XYZ Freight Brokers. I got your email. I'd like to talk to you about our brokerage and you coming on as an agent. Okay, now you've kind of switched the seats. You see what I'm saying? Instead of you calling them, now they're calling you. So advantage you at this point. Now you can lose that advantage, but what you need to do is call them back, get prepared, be ready, take a deep breath, try not to be nervous, call them back, and be professional, speak clearly, ask questions. Ask questions. Ask questions. What kind of commission do you pay? How do you pay your commission? How many trucks do you have on your approved carrier list? How long does it take you to pay a carrier? Ask questions to prove your experience as a broker. What you're trying to do is impress them enough so they will at least give you the opportunity. Pretty much that's all you're looking for when you first start. You're looking for an opportunity to get in the door, go to work, start building a business. Okay, that's all you can do. Now, I know that's the hard way to do it, but, over the years, I've found that's the best way to do it, if you have no experience or whatever. All right, very good. Okay, again, if you got questions, comments, or messages, you can go to our website, freightbrokertv.com. Got forums all over that website. You cannot click on anything without getting a contact form. If you got questions, ask your questions, send them in. Our email direct is fbtv@freightbrokertv.com. We've got the studio line as well, 479-668-0213. All right? Try to stay safe. I know it's a crazy world, but eventually we'll come out on the other end. Have a great day.